In this video, I'm going to share with you this morning's day trading recap on the euro to the yen, where I took a slightly risky position and went against the trend. I went long, but I focused more on really managing my risk because I considered it a scalping position. I was in and out within the hour, and I was focusing more on managing risks because I wanted to lose as little as possible rather than focus more on my wins. So in a moment, we'll dive onto the computers. But first, a brief thank you to Forex Signals for partnering with us on today's video. Forexsignals.com is one of the world's best interactive trading chat rooms. They have lots of cool different features, which I'm going to chat a little bit more with you about towards the end of the video. But first, let's dive onto the charts. Before I dive into the recap with you guys, just a quick disclaimer. If you are new to my channel, you may not know, but I basically share videos relating to my journey as I grow and develop as a trader. So at this moment in time when this video is published, I'm not yet consistently profitable, but I am developing, I'm growing, and I'm learning, and I'm sharing it with you as I do so. If you like the sound of that, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe below so that you can stay up to date with the latest content. And if you have been following me and my latest videos, you'll know that I've come from a day trading background. I've been recently experimenting with longer holds, taking swing position trades. And as I've been studying, I've been realizing that I really want to get better and develop more day trading. That's what I prefer to do. I don't really like holding positions overnight, and I might talk about that a little bit more in another video. So if you are interested, drop me a comment below and let me know so that I'll make the video for you guys. With that in mind, this video today is a day trading. So I got up this morning for the London opening session at 8 o'clock. I went through some different charts that I had on what I thought may be potential trading opportunities, and I've taken just one trade today. So I'll just load up the chart and show you the trade that I took. So it was in fact on the euro to the yen, and if you've been following the markets the last few days, you'll know that the euro has been really quite weak. We've seen some incredible sell-offs of the euro pound, and it has been following suit with the different pairs, and the euro yen has also been selling off. So as we can see here on the 4-hourly chart, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive red candles, and we've had this quite strong downtrend here. This is quite an odd trade for me because I've been learning and really developing to follow the trend, and in fact I went against that in today's trade, but that was mainly because I didn't really see anything else that was ready, and I did see a potential opportunity with this trade. So when I actually came into the market this morning to look at this trade, this was all I saw on the 4-hourly chart. So I saw these consecutive red candles, and the current candle, which at the time hadn't yet closed, hadn't gotten below the low of the previous 4-hourly candle and was actually forming this green doji, which showed to me that there was some indecision here, and it could be a potential start of a reversal or at least a pullback. From the 4-hour, I dropped down to the 1-hourly chart, which again, at the time when I was analysing this for a trade, this was what I saw. So we'd basically been respecting this moving average. We'd had some consolidation here, which was this horizontal line, which is a daily pivot point, and we broke through that. And I also have this other dotted horizontal line here, which is another daily pivot and acting as a resistance level. And notice here that we had this low just here, which was the low of the previous 4-hourly candle, and on the hourly chart we hadn't yet broken that. The candle that had just closed was this one just here, which, as I said, hadn't got lower than this candle, so it showed that we weren't making any lower lows. From this I dropped down further to the 30-minute chart, because initially I was actually interested in this for a short. I wanted to follow the trend, that is my plan. But when I went to the 30, I thought that there was a very strong chance of there being a reversal. Because if we look at the previous pullback on the 30-minute chart, we have this sort of resistance point here where we started to pull back, and then we broke that with a strong bearish candle. Whereas this recent point here that I was looking at this morning seemed to be forming a W pan. So we basically had this bearish candle coming down, and I highlighted this horizontal line here, which represents where the candle closed, and I also added a horizontal line here, which was representing the low of the candle. And the thing I found interesting on the 30-minute was that we then had 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles coming up, and then we had another 3 red candles coming down, and then the fourth was a doji candle really, but they all closed just above this first horizontal line. So they weren't breaking lower, and it was acting as a strong resistance point. This combined with the other time frames quite quickly changed my mind and thought that this would be interesting for potential long rather than a short. But I would be looking to take kind of a short-term scalp on this, because obviously going against a trend can be risky, so I wanted to really manage risk on this, but see if I can get a nice winner all the same. So with all that into account, I decided to take a short, and I was actually flicking between the 15-minute and the 30-minute for this position. And to execute the position, I actually went on to the 50-minute chart, and it was this red candle here that I was interested in. As we broke the high of this, which is at 123.52, I was looking to get in a couple of pips higher just to make sure that we did get that push up. So I looked to get in at 123.541, which is where I did get long onto this position. Once I was into the trade, I set my stop and also my profit target. So my stop was at the very bottom of this, because if we came down to that point, which was the lowest point on the 4-hourly chart, there's a strong chance it was going to continue on. So I felt that that was a good place for my stop. So that was roughly 22 pip stop. And then I was using a 1.5 target. But what my intention with this trade is that once we got to 123.76, which was my 1% in profit, so that was where I was going to gain as much as I was going to risk, which was marked by this little red trend line here. I was actually interested in selling half of my position at that point and then setting the remaining of my position to break even, just to really try to trail that loss and, you know, secure some profit at the same time, and playing around more so with really actively managing the risk on the trade rather than my usual approach, which is to set a stop, set a target and leave it to do its thing. Especially with it being against the trend, I felt like it needed some more observation and management on the trade. So as you can see here, what happened is it did come up, and once it was very close to this 12376 level, which is where I wanted to take half the position, it actually couldn't break the point, which on my broker was around 123.72. And at that point I could have sold half my position, but I was waiting because I wanted it to go up that little bit higher. I didn't want to cut my potential winner at that point. So I was just waiting, and in hindsight I could have taken some off the table, but you never really know what's going to happen in the time. And I didn't want to act on like a fear response. I wanted to just be mindful and see what happened. But then as we started to get this drop down here and we didn't break higher than that 1% target, at that point I actually brought my stop up to break even, because I felt like there was a chance it could go against me. And although I did still trust the actual analysis on the trade, if I jump back to the hourly chart here, at the time I set my stop to break even, this hourly candle here for 9 o'clock actually closed, and it had this very large upper wick which showed there was a lot of weakness. There wasn't enough buying pressure to really push higher, so I started to doubt the trade. So that was the point when I actually brought my stop to break even, just to try to cut any potential losers there. And then what happened basically in the next hourly candle is price action did come down. It came back down to 123.45. So it did stop me out at my break-even point. If I'd hold it, I would have been in the trade, and as you can see, I will be back in profit now. But it would have meant holding that position through this period here, which if I go back on the 15-minute, there was quite a little bit of time here where we had this big strong red candle down, and it got quite close to my stop. And that, combined with the fact that it was against the trend, would have been quite risky for me anyway to hold during that. I guess in hindsight, I could have held it, you know, that's what stops are there for. But as I said before, I was really wanting to just manage the risk and trail the stop. And my thinking really is that if I can approach day trading from this mentality where I'm constantly bringing my stop higher and then taking a bit of profit off the table, you know, maybe I'm reducing my winners as well. But if I'm reducing the losers more, then that's what matters, isn't it? Because the end result would be I'd be net in profit rather than in loss. So as a result, it's not exactly brilliant because I'm break even on this trade on the day. But as far as it goes, starting to enter into this day trading mentality, I think that starting off by really managing risk in this way is a good step forward. It'd be much better than if I'd have taken a loss. That would have been quite a negative feeling on the day. So as you can see here, I was using 1% risk of my account, so very low position sizing, and I did set my stop loss just above my entry in the account, so I ended up making a whopping 7 pence, but it's pretty much break even trade on the day. I do think I did quite well to manage risk in this way though, because this morning some other pairs that I was looking at, I was actually looking at the pound to the Swiss franc, because the pound was very strong and the Swiss franc very weak this morning, and we had this on the 50-minute chart here, we had this consolidation, and as we broke the consolidation at this point just here, that was when I was quite interested in getting long. So I was looking at getting in roughly around about this point here. It was at that point in time that my dog came and bothered me, and I actually missed the entry on the trade, which worked out quite well because, as you can see, it came back down anyway, and it's been quite a choppy pair. However, using this whole idea of selling half of my position at 1% and then bringing my stop up, had I got into this trade just to evaluate that, I could have actually just about sold half of my position here at the high and got about 0.5% win on that, and then obviously bringing up my stop to the break-even point as well. So I could have maybe secured some profits on it, but at this point I'm really trying to take my time. I don't want to overtrade, and I don't want to take unnecessary risk either, especially if I'm stepping into more actively trading daily. But it's always good to just look over these ideas and think, what could you have done better? What could you have done to manage the risk better? As mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm going to chat more about Forex Signals, which are a leading interactive trading room. With thousands of members, Forex Signals have been a leading community for Forex traders since 2012. Inside their trading room, they have 4 professional traders who trade the Forex markets with you every day. Their daily live stream sessions span the different Forex market times, so you can access a live session for trade signals as well as previous streams. In addition to live trading streams, you can also access the Trading Academy. In here, you can learn more about different profitable trading strategies and also how to use them. There are also some useful trading tools to help you manage risk, which is crucial for successful trading, and also tools to help you find different winning trade setups. Have you noticed that trading can often be a solitary experience? Well, Forex Signals do feature a live chat area where you can chat 24/7 with other traders and also mentors. This trading community can really be beneficial to help share knowledge and experiences, whether you are a beginner trader or an advanced trader. Depending on the membership plan that you choose, there are 3 different plans. You can also get private mentorship for that extra learning. If you want to learn more, you can read plenty of great reviews on Trustpilot. Alternatively, you can start a free trial to sample Forex Signals for yourself. If you do decide to become a member of Forex Signals, be sure to use my promo code Mindfully so that you can receive a 20% discount. I'll include a link for this in the description below where you can get some more information on forexsignals.com. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do drop me a thumbs up if you have, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content. I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.